Chapter 6370. After that, he was about to weigh the two pills to see which one was more. Helena stopped him, took out a pair of disposable gloves, and handed them to him, smiling. "Mr. Simon, after all, it's something you're going to eat. So you still have to pay attention to hygiene." Simon quickly took the gloves and put them on. Then carefully placed the two pills in the palms of his hands. A pill weighs only a few grams, and the weight of half a pill is even more negligible. Moreover, Helena's cut is very centered, so the weight difference between the two is even more difficult to estimate. If you want to know which one is lighter or heavier, you can only use a high-precision device like a scale. Simon weighed the pills for a long time, but he really couldn't feel the difference between the two pills. He couldn't help but regret. "If I had known this, I would have brought a small scale." Helena smiled and said, "Mr. Rothschild, the difference between these two pills is not much. Don't be so serious." Simon couldn't help but sigh. "Your Majesty, this pill is about 10 grams. And half of it weighs about 5 grams, and its price is $50 billion. Which means that every gram is worth $10 billion. This may be the most expensive substance known in the world. Even if the difference between the two is only 0.1 grams, it is still $1 billion. Helena smiled and nodded as she said, "What Mr. Rothschild said makes sense. But sometimes people can't calculate everything. Sometimes they just have to give it a try. To be honest, not long ago, a person I admire very much told me that I must be decisive and resolute. Instead of hesitating here, wavering, and worrying about gains and losses, it is better to take this step and have no regrets." Simon sighed. "Your Majesty is right. It's me who was too entangled." After that, he put down the half of the pill in his left hand, held up the half in his right hand, and said, "I'll choose this half." Helena asked him, "Are you sure?" "If you are sure, you can't regret it." Sure. Absolutely sure." Simon knew very well that there was no point in hesitating here. The weight difference between the two pills might really be only 0.1 grams or even less. It was impossible to find professional equipment to determine which one was heavier. Instead of hesitating here and making Helena, a young girl, laughs at him, it would be better to be decisive. Helena nodded and said, "In that case, Mr. Rothschild can take the half pill you chose." Simon subconsciously wanted to put the pill into his mouth. But then he thought that his son was waiting for him in the banquet hall not far away. If he took the pill and looked radiant, he would definitely be able to see the clues after he went out. Although he was very obedient and sensible, he should not stimulate him too much. Otherwise, he had no intention of rebelling. He was always getting younger and better, which might stimulate him and force him to rebel. So he carefully kept it close to his body and then said to Helena, "Your Majesty, I plan to keep this single pill here first, and take it after returning to the United States." Helena also guessed what he was thinking and smiled slightly. "Our transaction has been completed. The pill is now yours, and you have 100% autonomy to decide." After that, she reached out and took the other half of the pill back. Simon saw her take the half pill away, and his heartbeat accelerated instantly. He hurriedly said, "Your Majesty, I have another request. I wonder if Your Majesty can agree to it." At this time, Simon was thinking that there was obviously only half of the pill left. Could he talk to her and buy the other half with money? $50 billion, or even more expensive. It doesn't matter. Anyway, he has enough money. Now it's time to use the money to buy a long life for himself. Helena heard him begging and guessed what she was going to say. So she smiled and said, "Mr. Rothschild, don't be so polite. If you have any ideas, just say it directly. I will consider it as appropriate." After that, she casually took the half pill in front of her. And under Simon's gaze, she put the pill directly into her mouth like eating a piece of chocolate. Simon was still organizing his words in his mind. thinking about how to talk to Helena. And then he saw the scene of his cerebellar atrophy. Helena didn't even wait for him to finish his words before she ate the half pill he had always dreamed of.